I was gonna start with more like actually talking about Sam Bankman-Fried. There's a lot of information with him going on right now.
Sam
The judge just,
Bankman-Fried is free no
yeah,
longer.
Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fraud is not freed. Fraud, freed? No, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, the judge, the judge in New York, um, where he is right now, actually in Brooklyn. He is currently staying in Brooklyn Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. Um, and they have a few new charges against him, about witness tampering and also contacting at least twice. They're saying prosecutors in New York are saying, and federal prosecutors, well, yeah, in New York, the court cases out of New York City where he's staying in Brooklyn, like I mentioned. But he has at least two witness tamperings, and also two, they have specific numbers he sent over the last several months since he's been out on bail, and he's been staying with his parents in their house in Palo Alto, California, on a $250 million bond. But he says he only has 100,000, only 100,000 left to his name, but I don't know. He's getting bailed out for a quarter of a billion. But moving on, prosecutors allege that he has sent more than 100 emails and over 1,000 calls to different members of the press over the last several months, and he has two new charges of witness tampering.
So the emails were considered the tampering. Why was he contacting so many people to kind of just like give himself a good name?
Yeah, maybe because I mean his name hadn't been. Obviously, he knows that his him and his lawyer obviously know that his court case is getting close. So I'm sure that he was probably trying to change maybe the narrative or change what was being heard in the news, maybe. And I mean, he's doing multiple illegal things, breaking multiple federal laws. I mean, fraud, witness tampering. So I mean, this guy,
I
who
wonder what they
knows?
mean by witness tampering. Like he went and he
Yeah,
threatened people. Like
maybe, or maybe he, or maybe not threatened so much, but maybe he was trying to bribe people. Hey, I can wire you, or my parents can wire you $100,000 if you do this. I mean, isn't it in a jury? All it takes is one hung juror, and either they have to make a new case against you, or isn't it right? Isn't it just take one juror
I believe.
to say, oh, he's innocent? I mean, he's being charged with multiple things, but anyways, here I have something actually from CNBC. They came out with today, the 14th at the time of this recording, August 14th, roughly 4 hours ago, 4 hours and 3 minutes ago. CNBC posted that Sam Bankman-Fried used customer funds from FTX for a $100 million that he had in U.S. political donations. Prosecutors charge. So he's $100 million allegedly of customer funds from FTX, the exchange, his exchange. Yeah, he used the customers' money to donate to. It says here in the article to mainly, I mean, both parties, but it says the majority was donated to the Democratic Party, which both of his parents are involved with.
You know what's funny? They can say that he did that, but they're not going to release to whom the money
Oh,
went to. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, yeah, like
they
what
have the
specific?
information. They definitely have that.
Yeah,
If they can prove he did it, they
I
have
mean,
who he sent it to.
yeah, here it says, yeah, exactly. I quote the article, Bankman-Fried rode a boom in cryptocurrency values to amass a net worth estimated at 26 billion US dollars, and became an influential donor to mostly Democratic candidates and causes. But the November 2022 collapse of FTX after a flurry of customer withdrawals due to concerns about complying of FTX and Alameda funds decimated both his wealth and reputation. But yeah, currently that's a new charge he has against him is that he used $100 million of FTX customer funds to donate to mostly Democratic um, causes and candidates.
That's really just
Uh,
just lobbying, but they're only mad about it when it's their
yeah,
money. It's
yeah,
just lobbying.
yeah. There's a lot of lobbying in general in the United States, but as we're speaking about crypto, there's a lot going on, and actually that goes to my next. The next thing I wanted to talk about is actually here I have in my notes I wanted to mention too that actually goes into the next thing. Like I said, I wanted to talk about is recently the SEC,
Mhm.
the governing body of um, investing, delayed its decision for a spot BTC Bitcoin ETF approval for ARK, Cathie Wood's investment group, and 21 Shares investment group. So they delayed the decision, which was supposed to be made by August 13th, yesterday, but was pushed that decision back from, quote, weeks to months. With now, after that decision being made, with recent applications coming from BlackRock and Fidelity. But optimism has been growing that these applications will get approved because of recent surveillance partnerships with Coinbase to address concerns over market manipulation. And I think there's a lot of lobbying going on in crypto in general. I mean, with many, many things, as we know in the United States, lobbying is huge, unfortunately. And I think there's a lot of lobbying going on from banks with the SEC. There's a lot of alleged corrupt, like people like throwing around with everyone's favorite person. If you're a retail investor, Gary Gensler.
Oh yes, take a
Um,
pause on that. One pause.
mhm.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay,
I just wanted to
all
get my
right,
earphones because I was like, maybe this is gonna reverb.
yeah, that's why I have my own too. You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, okay, but anywho,
Sorry.
yeah, as I was saying, Jesus, what I was saying. There's a lot of people talking, probably a lot of lobbying going on between banks and the SEC, and that's probably one of the big, well, overall things that are kind of slowing down regulation of crypto within the United States, and all of these delaying and dragging and slowing down and kind of just like kicking the can down the road on the decision to make Bitcoin spot ETFs, and now more currently also being talked about um, Ethereum ETH spot ETFs to spot track the price of Ethereum. Um, and actually, two Bloomberg analysts earlier this past week tweeted out that they believe that there will be a 75% chance that an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved this year as well by the SEC.
Okay.
So, but like I had mentioned earlier, the SEC is kind of kicking the can down the road on the decision to either approve or disapprove the Bitcoin spot ETF to weeks or months, quote. But yeah, that was supposed to be a decision made on the 13th for the applications, like I had mentioned earlier, from 21 Shares and Cathie Wood's ARK Investment Group. She's really pushing for a Bitcoin spot ETF to track the the price of Bitcoin for more conservative investors, people who don't want to directly invest into Bitcoin and want to have less exposure to the volatility of owning actual Bitcoin. But yeah, it's interesting to see. I mean, like I said, the Bitcoin ETF, spot ETF hasn't been approved yet, but kind of interesting to read. I saw, like I said, a couple of tweets from some Bloomberg analysts, and they seem pretty optimistic that that's going to pass. And also, at some point, the prediction at the end of by the end of the year, there'll be an Ethereum ETF. Really? Do
What
you
if
think
they
so?
no they used to do this? He-Man Woman Haters Club. Nice background. It's loading of an ape. I
What?
can't have when I'm running Zoom, I literally can't have any other apps open or it's gonna lag. It's so annoying.
Mm,
Good thing I have a phone and an iPad, you know. I'm sweating. Get random. I need something to drink. I need a water.